I was getting money and minding my business. I was getting money and minding my business because some drama you just don't gotta entertain. But you're not gonna keep on every 5 minutes thinking you finna come for my mama, come for my kids. Lie on my mama, lie on my son, and think that I'm gonna hold your secrets. That's not gonna be cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like I wasn't trying to really put Dre business out there because Dre was traumatized. My point for posting them receipts was you was brainwashing your son. If y'all read through everything that I posted that Dre said, who did that sound exactly like?
It sounded exactly like Karlissa to me.
So everything that he was spewing came out in those messages, baby. And I didn't even post everything
Right.
because I'm waiting on you to say something else, and then I'm going to drop how your son doesn't trust you at all, like at all, like what measures he was going to prove. What the fuck wrong with you? Going nowhere fast, dummy. In the school zone, speeding. I'm sorry, y'all. She almost hit me head on, speeding in the school zone, trying to turn. But yeah, I don't get it. I'm trying to figure out why does she feel like or think that she's just gonna keep on saying stuff. But the thing that pisses me off, you're saying stuff with no receipts.
Right.
Post the receipts.
Right.
That domestic violence charge pissed me off that she lied on my son. But let me tell y'all something. Yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
I went to bed at 8:30 because I was it got this bad. I was looking for flights because I could see me visually wrapping my hands
Num, 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 num.
around somebody that was gonna make me catch a charge. And then I had to reality check myself, like, you finna throw away everything you worked hard for this dummy. Just go to sleep on it, pray about it, and let it go. And I already told the other one, like, you not safe neither. I told her that 3 weeks ago. Stay out of it because you not safe. And then funny how Maine got right on here yesterday. Me and Maine didn't talk yesterday because remember I said I went to sleep at 8:30
Right.
and said ain't nobody safe. Nobody else is safe. Because the one thing that I can guarantee you is the lie. So people are telling her things and she's adding on to those things.
Right.
She's putting her spin on it. You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But the thing about it is she wouldn't have nothing to put a spin on if people wasn't giving her. It's like they giving her a grain of salt. I mean a chickpea to
Right.
plant, and she planting goddamn banana trees out of a chickpea. Like, you know that they gave you a chickpea, you should have planted a chickpea.
Right.
But instead, you want to plant a banana tree and grow bananas out of that. So, like, now y'all got to think about this. I have had the same iCloud since 2004. I had the first iPhone that came out when you had to get an iCloud.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play with me. I will go back to 2004 and expose who you was before you became who you are. Don't do that. Because all I ask y'all to do is keep the peace. Keep the peace. You don't want no peace? Y'all want war? But the thing is, there's nothing that you can say about me that I have any shame in my game or would not tell the world.
Right.
There's nothing that you can say about me. Period. I have no shame. I have no secrets. My
Now,
life is an open book.
and that's the thing. I think she thinks she had something on y'all. But what I'm noticing is this is why I said I'm gonna just spectate and report. Because y'all, you know her better than anybody else does. And as the family, this is war. I get what Maine is saying. Maine broke it down very good last night for those who wasn't getting it. He's the second from the second. And there's a whole slew of y'all stepping behind your mama. So whoever's on that side or trying to act like they riding the fence but really leaning on one side is going to catch it. And I can't say I don't understand it or I don't respect it. Because
And
it's a
it's
lot.
the commenters for me. Y'all think that healed people can't be triggered?
Hell yeah, they can. Heal
They
people
think healed people
all the time.
can't be triggered. I have been healed from everything that I did. I shared with y'all how I used to whoop Maine's ass. Where did I get it from? Because I got my ass whooped. Don't, you know what I'm saying? I shared that with y'all. But for you to try to take digs and you throwing subliminals, I'm not doing that, bitch. I'm adding you. You see, I added her. I'm adding you. I'm not subliminal nothing. I'm adding you. I want all the smoke. I'm atting you. I'm atting you every time.
And I think I'm glad you said that too, because a lot of people feel like once you're healed, that's it. If you get triggered, you're not healed. No, 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 no. That is memory within you. That's inside of you now. Because a trauma changes you. It alters you as a person. So yeah, all of this, you got to think about things that she's digging up that doesn't equate to now. Like you had
And
brought up the last time we were talking, how your mom been clean, you said, for 30 years.
35 years.
35
Maine
years.
34, my mom was clean a year before Maine was even born.
35 years. And it's
Why do my
talking
kids
about like a
know? Why do my kids know about my mother's drug addiction that she had before she was born, before they were born? And she's been clean their entire life. Why do they know that? That's like you teaching your kids that Santa Claus ain't real, and your kids coming over to the house telling my kids that Santa Claus ain't real, and I haven't had that conversation with them. But instead, she's not teaching her kids that Santa Claus ain't real. She pulling my kids into the house like, I don't care what your mama say, Santa Claus ain't real. Like, what gives you the right to do that? Why would you do that to mine? Or your other nieces and nephews, when me and Faith have been doing nothing but trying to lift your kids up in every way that we can. But instead of you wanting to lift your kids up, you want to pull them down. Just like that last text I said. I could have got on there and told her when she said she was a bad parent. I could have said, yes, you are a bad parent. I didn't say that. What I said was, you just a parent parenting through trauma that you never healed from.
right.
But this is what our kids had to go through. Now, next on the agenda is how you used to beat Andre with extension cords and hangers and have him all beat up. How you want to talk about somebody playing games? Okay, let's play this game. You put your hands on Andre, and I put my hands on you. That's the last time when I threw that Diet Coke all over your white outfit. And then I said, when we pull over, we can go on and get it over with. We can wreck. That was the last time you put your hands on my nephew. And you thought you was going to do it at my house. So when Andre say that I should have never let him go back with her, he wasn't playing. But what Andre don't understand is I couldn't take you from your mother when I had my own kids that I was trying to figure out life with.
Right.
Like, yeah, girl, get out of here. You want to talk about abuse? Yeah, we was abused. But that didn't mean we were supposed to go abuse our kids. And when I realized that I was abusing my kids because of the abuse that I thought that was normal, and got
Mm-hmm.
around other people who wasn't whooping their kids at all, they were gentle parenting, I changed the dynamic because I wanted my kids to have a fair shot at life. But instead of you changing the dynamic, no, you had your kids helping you jump on your husbands. Bitch, get the entire fuck out of here. You had your kids helping you jump on your husbands.
Continuing the cycle instead of breaking the generational curse.
And now you confused as to why the hell they jumping on women and men. You confused. You confused. And it's crazy.
And so to put the text into context, those were messages from when he was having his breakdown.
Yeah, yeah. So instead of me getting on internet doing what she wanted me to do, which was help her drag him, I video called him. He didn't answer, and he texted me back, and I'm like, hey, I'm just checking on you.
Right.
And we started having conversations on there, which later led to off of there.
Right.
But I have not exposed the messages off of the social media. I only expose the ones on social media. But the messages off of social media, you better quit playing with me. You better quit playing with me. I keep my iCloud, baby.
I
I
know.
back stuff up. I pay for extra storage every month.
I know the minute that she said something about Megan, I said, "Ooh, Karletta gonna get her."
And I wouldn't have cared if she said something about Maine if it was the truth. But the thing is, because Maine is a grown man, and he out in these internet streets going back and forth with her. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have cared if she would have said something about Maine and it was the truth. I wouldn't have cared if she told the whole truth and nothing but the truth on my mom. But you lying. You trying to make your book or your life or your story seem like it was worse than it was to keep up with whatever somebody else's mama was going through. And that's crazy. That's crazy. Why can't you let the victims really be victims? Why are you still a victim to something that happened to you 40 years ago?
Right.
Why are you still a victim to something that happened to you 40 years ago? People are currently dealing with this right now, and you want to talk about something that happened 40 years ago. And while you was telling your story that multiple people sent to me about, she gave the description of how, and kind of got up and showed how we was getting whoopings.
Mm-hmm.
Please get on here and show us how you beat Dre. Please get on here and show us how you beat Callie. Please get on here and show us how you really didn't beat John like that because you was in love with his daddy. Please get on here and tell us how you robbed Dre of a fucking father because you wanted the man who didn't want to be the father, knowing that he wasn't the father. Tell us that. Tell us that. That better be in your book, bitch. That better be in your book. How you tried to rob, you didn't try, you did. You robbed him. And Andre's biological father has a big, loving family. But how can they make Andre be a part of that family if you study telling him that ain't his daddy? And let's get into why you took him from me. Why you took Andre from me. You took Andre from me because I was letting him visit his real father, his biological father. I was letting him visit with them. That's why you came in between me and Andre's relationship. And when you did, your son went to prison. You were so selfish that you took him from a sense of normalcy because you was worried that he was going to like me better. This is what this is about. You was worried he was going to like me better.
How long did you have Andre?
I had Andre off and on since he was like, between me and my dad, had Andre off and on to Andre was probably 12. So when she chased John, Big John, back to California, because she was living in Ohio, she left Andre with me. Sure did. Left Andre with me. Like I didn't already have 2 kids, Section 8, and no job trying to get established in Ohio because I had just left California from the Northridge earthquake where I had lost everything. So I moved back to Ohio, transferred my Section 8.
Uh-oh. I think
You left.
it had cut you out. Paul.
Yeah, I left California after the Northridge earthquake. Her and Big John were in a low income apartment in Ohio at the time. While my Section 8 was being transferred, I moved into the low income apartment because she chased Big John back to California because Big John didn't want to be in Ohio. So he went back to California and she went out there trying to chase him. She only took Janice and John and left Andre with me. So yeah,
Yeah, because I was gonna ask you where Callie was, because I know she said that Callie was with her daddy for a little while, and then she came and got
that
her.
was that was years after.
Okay.
That was years after. That was years after.
So it's seeming like.
So I can't really speak on what really happened
Mhm.
with the Cali situation because by then I was already in Ohio and established.
Mhm.
So I was no longer in California. So everything that I got from lying ass Lissa. And then the truth was given to me from Faith, which at the time was Cassie, was given to me from her
Mhm.
and Octavia and my mom. But again, that was third party information.
Right.
So I don't know the real details about that. The person that would know the real details about that was the person that was driving back and forth to pick her up when Karlissa wouldn't, which is Octavia.
Mm. So it's like she tells parts of the story, but she don't tell
She
all.
only tells a story that makes her look like the good person. She don't want to tell the
Right.
part that looks like make her look like the villain.
So it's like this is filling in gaps. And but you know what? We've already come to the conclusion, the people on the internet, we've already come to the conclusion that she was in love with Big John and she ain't over it. Because she still keep going. But thankfully you was there for Andre. It sounds like Andre had it really rough.
One time, Janice and Jazz, my youngest daughter, got into a physical altercation, which Jazz is older than Janice
Mm-hmm.
by one year, maybe two, I think one. And Janice was aggravating. So Jazz gave her multiple warnings, and then she went on and beat her up. Karlissa stood in the window and watched Jazz beat up Janice, and then says to Andre, "Now get in here and get what she just got." And Andre got beat up by his mama for not helping his sister. Which means if he would have helped his sister, now him and Maine was going to be into it. And for real, Janice started it. So why didn't you just come out there and get your daughter?
Hold
Instead,
on,
you wanted to watch them.
Carletta,
Uh,
hold on 1 second. Back up one step. Because not only would him and Maine have gotten into it, you sending Andre out there to put his hands on his female cousin to help his sister.
like Maine wasn't gonna, like him and Maine wasn't finna go to war. And when I tell you, Andre and Jermaine, they used to fight. The fights would, whenever they did fight, which wasn't very often, whenever they fought, oh Lord, somebody needed to pray because neither one of them would stop, and both of them can fight. It went too far every time. So why would you, instead of getting your daughter,
Right.
why would you try to send your son out there? Wait, and then let me tell you, if Andre would have went out there and tried to fight Jazz for fighting his sister, who couldn't beat Jazz, Maine and Andre was gonna get into it. What y'all think Jazz was gonna be doing? Helping her brother. So now
But
you wanted Andre to get out there and help his sister and get jumped by Jazz and Jermaine. So because he thought about it, like my sister shouldn't have started it. She should have stopped when Jazz told her to, because Jazz is the non-confrontational one.
uh-huh.
Jazz don't be in confrontation. If she tell you to leave her alone, just leave her alone because she gave you a warning. Because she's the Aries, she's not rep type. Leave her alone, she gave you a warning. But instead, you beat Andre for letting Janice lose the fight to her cousin,
Right.
her
Her
first
cousin.
cousin. her first cousin, her biological cousin, same grandmother, same grandfather cousin. You beat Dre. Mm-hmm. You beat Dre.
That's wow.
You beat Dre. You beat Dre. Because same thing and then years later, look what happened. She sent Callie over there. And what happened to Callie?
Callie got beat up. Well,
So she didn't learn her lesson, did she?
no. And that makes that clip that I posted, it puts everything into perspective. When Blue John was saying, if you were a leader, you'd be a terrible leader. I wouldn't have sent my daughter over there. Number one, I wouldn't have told my son to go. I can't. My mind is trying to wrap around what you're telling me because.
Well, in her defense, Henny,
I'm listening.
According to her, she didn't send her daughter over there. But then when I said to her, you know how your daughter is about you, why would you even tell her that, knowing that she just had a baby? You knew she was going to go. So as far as I'm concerned, you sent her. Even if you told her not to go, you knew when you called her on FaceTime and showed her that black eye that she was fucking going. You
Exactly.
set her up.
I mean, come on. That's like my daughters, any of them, even all the way down to Apple Juice, who's 16. If somebody do anything to me, my kids are riding and mobbing out. They don't even want nobody raising their voice at me. They be ready to get at people on the internet. So you can't tell your kids certain things and not expect certain things to go down.
You know who she didn't call to go over there? No, she wouldn't have. She didn't call Dre. You want to know why? Because she knew that Dre would have took it too far. She didn't call Dre. Yeah. You called Callie, the one that has your best interest, the one that has your heart, the one that's doing everything that she can to try to please you. And you don't think that that's trauma. You trauma bonded your kids. You raised your kids in trauma. You trauma bonded your kids. The reason why Callie don't have a successful, productive relationship with her daddy is because you traumatized her. You made her choose you. The same damn shit our dad did to us, you turned and did to your kids. You are a despicable individual. And I told her that. You're a disgusting human being. Those were our last words to each other. You are a disgusting human being. You don't get your despicable me ass off my phone. Disgusting human being. Same exact shit she's doing to Callie and John and Dre. She can't do it to Dre or John no more. But same shit she doing. Yeah, it's the same shit that was done to us.
Continuing the generational cycle instead of trying to make it better.
And won't go get no counseling.
That's why I be saying unhealed hurt people. Because all of us are hurting, but we make choices. And these choices that are being made.
What did I tell Dre? You've been home for how long? Quit making excuses for the shit and hold yourself accountable. I told him that. Why would I wouldn't tell Dre nothing I wouldn't tell Maine, nothing I wouldn't tell Jazz. Or Dior. If you made that bed, the only person that can change the sheets on it is you. I ain't saying you gotta lay in it forever, but you gotta lay in it until you get strong enough to change the sheets or change the mattress, flip it, something, do something. But don't just keep
Right.
laying in it and expecting me to come over here and tuck you in. I'm not doing that. Every time I come over here, I'm gonna remind you how crazy you is for still laying in this dirty ass bed. I don't know, but I just feel like I don't care who you is. And I don't want everybody to feel like I'm paying. Let me clear this up too. I'm not ever saying that my mom was a perfect mother. I'm not saying that. My mom had a lot of flaws, a whole lot of flaws. Yes. Should she have allowed our stepfather to whoop our ass? No. She shouldn't have. She shouldn't have. Why she did it, I don't know. Did she learn from it? Does she know better? Yes, she does. Would I have allowed her around my children had my mother not gotten counseling and grown or learned from her mistakes as a parent? No, she would have never been around my kids. So my question is, if Karlissa feels like my mother has not learned from her mistakes and grown from her mistakes, why were your kids ever being dropped off over there?
Right.
Why? Why was you dropping your kids off over there? If my mother didn't learn from any of the mistakes that she made as a parent, or if my mother didn't break the generational curses that were instilled in her prior to our kids being able to be over there, why we let them go over there then?
And why would you yearn for a relationship with someone who wasn't worthy of your presence? And your mom
Why would you
out
yearn from a relationship with someone that allowed the boogeyman to sleep under your bed?
that part, or did all the other things that she said that your mom allowed? Why was she at Callie's wedding? Why are there photos of her at Blue's house? Why is there photographic evidence of her being around throughout the years?
I'm gonna tell y'all why she spazzed out this last time. Is y'all ready for why she spazzed out this last time? She knew that she was getting ready to drop that book. She knew that she was getting ready to paint. She had been painting the picture to the world that her kids didn't fool with my mom. And then my mom posted a picture of her holding the baby. It debunked, that one photo debunked all the lies that she told. Maine just debunked the rest of them, and I debunked the rest of them. But that one photo debunked all the lies that she told. That one photo. That one live that she heard my mama's voice on. That debunked every lie that she told. See, because she thought she had spewed enough damage. She thought she had did enough damage control
Mm-hmm.
when she went to Krishan's football game. She thought the last of the stuff that she came out with had already debunked that and did enough damage control to that. But god damn, she's still going to shit. She's still here. I can't get rid of this bitch.
She's still showing up in spaces and places not
but,
allowed.
but you can't get rid of her. You can't get rid of her. And why is she still showing up in places that she not allowed? Because your kids love her.
Mm.
Why is Janice not as accepting? And why is Janice not rocking with her the way John and Dre was rocking with her, with the way John is rocking with her? Because Dre not rocking with nobody right now, but the way Dre was rocking with her, because she can't, because you put your hands on her. Why would she let you rock with her? You put your hands on her. So yeah, she still love you. She just love you at a distance because you showed her when you put your hands on her that you was just like your mammy. No different. Yeah. So if y'all want to know why Callie don't go over there, that's why Callie don't go over there. She's not welcomed because your apology may have been verbally, but your actions did not follow with that apology.
Without disclosing anything, they're asking if Dre is okay because nobody's heard from him. So people have been concerned because of the fact that the last time we did hear from him and the things that we were able to see, like the restraining orders and all of that stuff that he was setting up, people are wondering, if he's all right. I don't want to know where he is. I don't want you to say where he is. Just
Oh, I
is he?
wouldn't say where he was anyway, but let me say, oh, I will. Dre is in Africa or the Dominican Republic. I don't know. He in Africa and the Dominican Republic. Let me say this. Dre don't fuck with y'all. That's why y'all don't know what Dre got going on. Dre don't fuck with y'all. He don't fuck with y'all because when his mama was doing all of that shit, y'all was, oh, it's possible. Y'all were adding on by reposting and replaying and reciting the shit that she said. So Dre don't fuck with y'all. That's why Dre not on the internet. He don't fuck with y'all. I don't know what other way to put it.
No, that sounds about right.
Dre said y'all had him crashing out. He ain't finna crash out publicly no more. If he crashing out, he gonna crash out behind closed doors. But the bottom line is, Dre don't fuck with y'all. I mean, don't shoot the messenger.
No, listen, because at the end of the day, it is a fine line. When things are going on, yeah, we talk about it, but it is a fine line with the trauma. I think that's the thing that I'm gonna be transparent. That's something that I struggle with as a blogger. Like how far is too far with posting certain things, what I should and shouldn't put out there. Because like I've been saying to people, if we support this person, then posting things that are hurtful on our pages is going to make them not want to come to the page, not want to know what you're talking about because you're promoting the very thing that's hurting them. So if you support them, then why post that? They don't need to see it again. They already saw it the first time. So I can understand that, but I'm glad that he is okay. And I don't blame him because that was a lot. That was a lot. But look at what you just said, being disrespectful towards Krishan because of his mother. And Karletta
So
is just
let me explain something
telling
to
you how.
you. Dre is John's oldest brother. Dre is John's only brother. Dre is the oldest of Karlissa's kids. And as the oldest, you get a lot of responsibility that is bestowed upon you. Look at me using T.I.'s words.
Go ahead, girl.
you gotta that comes with a lot of responsibility. So I know it was hard for Dre to watch and please y'all, you know what, I don't care because y'all gonna spend it however y'all want to spend it. It was hard for Dre to watch Krishan putting her hands on his brother. Rather his brother put his hands on her first. It was hard for him to watch that. It was hard for him to watch his brother fighting Krishan's family. Rather his brother put their hands on her family first. That was hard for him to watch and not be able to do nothing about it. So therefore, he may have, responded as trauma instead of responded with reason.
Yeah, but then he also had Karlissa in his ear too.
Well,
So
that
that
may be the case, but at the end of the day, her being in his ear would only fuel the fire, but the fire was already lit when he saw. Like, you got to remember, his job is to protect them. And y'all just heard me say that Karlissa wanted him to go outside and protect Janice against a girl. So when you telling your oldest child that their job is to protect their siblings, and you're not saying it unless it's a girl, his mind is set on protecting his siblings. So therefore, that's why Dre went too far. Because that's the way he was raised. He was raised that his job was protect his siblings, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm not justifying what Dre did because I don't agree with what Dre did. I'm just telling y'all the way he looked at it.
Whoever's gonna clip it, make sure you clip that part too and put it together.
Yeah, because if you clip only bits and pieces, you on the list too. You on the list too, baby. And you better not have let nothing ever you did on this here internet not be erased. Because I don't care if it's small as you ran a red light. I'm on your neck. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all not about to spin my words and make them to be like I'm trying to stick up for nobody when I'm just telling the truth. Don't do that. I don't do that. I'm on your neck. I'm not Karlissa.
Yeah, Lady E, he said that before he
Mm-hmm.
disappeared. Before he disappeared, he kind of laid his burdens down and was just like, I don't trust my mother. I don't trust Wack. John, I love you, but I can't be around you and deal with all of this that you got going on. Let it be known.
Mm-hmm. Yep. and shit, he tried to fight Sterl too. Like they all got, they mama is the reason for the season. I don't care how y'all put it. She is the culprit. She is the aggressor in every situation. She is the reason her kids are spewing the way that they spew. She's
Oh,
spewing. Now, let me tell you a little bit about me and my trauma and my domestic violence. I had a little domestic violence situation too. I had pulled up somewhere where I was supposed to be. I just wasn't supposed to be there at that time. And I seen some things that I wasn't supposed to see when I pulled up at a place that I wasn't supposed to be at that time. Okay? So, I pulled up by myself. I didn't call nobody. I didn't go get nobody. I didn't call my kids. I didn't involve my kids. No, none of the above. And I kept my hands to myself right up into the point where the person got in my face and was like, just let me explain. Because you have been explaining you have been gaslighting me for like 2 years. Gaslighting me. So finally, I knew I couldn't win. First of all, it's a man. I know I can't win. I knew I couldn't win. I didn't care. I was that mad. And I had just a little bit of Patron in my system. I was that mad. I was that mad with some Patron. So I pulled up. I only got 15 minutes. I gotta go. I got a doctor's appointment. I'm sitting outside. But pulled up. I was talking sensible, talking reasonable, and then I just a light bulb clicked on. Like, you finna stand here in my face, knowing that I see this chick out my peripheral vision that's not supposed to be here, and you finna gaslight me, baby. Please, just go home. I'm on my way. We gonna talk about it. So now I'm like, bink, bink, bink. Look,
at some point where that little voice you just snip, just poke.
look, and so I ain't feel it, right? Because I was just like, bink, bink, bink. But this where you knew you effed up at, Karletta. You stepped back and was like, I hit hard, don't I? Because when I hit him with the 2-piece, and then I followed up with that third one, his head went like this, and then it went like this, like real hard back. Yeah, that third one, your ears is ringing, ain't they? Now, he could have just choked me out, picked me up. He could have beat me up.
Right.
But he didn't. Instead, he grabbed me, and when he grabbed me, the girl who I was beating him up, I felt like I was beating him up for both of us. Because he lying to you, he lying to me. I'm going to whoop him for both of us. She swung on me.
Oh.
While he was holding me. She slid me.
No.
She dope fiended me while he was holding me. But when I got loose, baby, when I got loose, everybody had to pay. It was so bad that his mom and dad was like, please, Karletta, you gonna go to jail. Oh, I know I'm going to jail. Don't even worry about it. I know I'm going to jail.
I'm going out with a bang.
But before I go, I'ma drag this hoe all up in through y'all garage. And they was like, so when the police got there, I had not realized that I had an injury to my eye. Might as well tell y'all because she gonna tell it next. Had an injury to my eye. Her ring caught my tear duct and it tore my eye.
Ooh.
But let me tell y'all something. The police was there and they was trying to figure out who to take to jail. And he turned to the police and said, officer, don't take her to jail. Don't take her to jail. Just let her go ahead and leave because this is all on me. Don't take her to jail. Yeah, you don't take me to jail because you ain't want to have to bond me out. You was on your way. And you ain't want to have to let your parents know that you was finna come down there and get me. But you ain't do me no favors by not sending me to jail because I had already had my bond money. It was at my house laying in my bed. Don't play with me. My bond money was at my house laying in my bed while I was at your house creating havoc.
I know that's right.
Don't play with
I
me.
was prepared for this one.
I was prepared for this one. So anyway, Maine, I called Jazz. I didn't call Maine. And let me tell you the proximity that Maine lived from where I was at versus where Jazz was at. Maine was 6 minutes around the corner, and Jazz was 15 minutes around the corner. I chose to call the person that was 15 minutes around the corner instead of the person that was 6 minutes around the corner because as a mother, drunk or not, violent or not, shit starting or not, it's my job to protect my son. And I knew that my son wasn't finna pull up over there, police or not, and somebody wasn't finna be dealt with.
Right.
So Jazz calls Maine. They pull up at the same time. I see Jazz and I'm thinking, okay, cool. I could just have her drive my car. She brought Alex. Alex gonna drive my car. They're gonna take me to the house. My peeps gonna take me to the hospital real quick, and we gonna be good. I see Maine car pull up. My heart started beating fast. Now, mind you, the police out here. The police is already on the scene. Maine don't care about none of that. He walked up. I seen him pulling up his pants. And he walking up on my dude, and my dude was like, I did not put my hands on your mama. That was the first thing that he said because he already knew what time it was. And I stepped in front of Maine. I'm like, he didn't put his hands on me. He didn't put his hands on me. He didn't put his hands on me. And Maine was like, I don't care about none of that. And I'm like, Maine, you're going to jail. The police is out here. Yes, I could bond you out, but it just don't make no sense. When I'm trying to tell him without telling the police, I was the aggressor, Maine.
Right.
I was the aggressor. Don't go to jail for me. I came over here and started all this shit. Don't go to jail for me.
No, babe, don't play. He do not play about his mama. We know that.
When I got Maine calm, I forgot about the girl was still there. Because the police ain't letting none of us leave. I just see Jazz walking around the back of the car. I'm like, no. I called you to pick up the car. I called you to just pick up the car. I should have just called an Uber.
Listen, you got to calm Maine and Jazz down. Maine was like, I got him. He said, I got her.
No, I didn't even try to calm Jazz down. You know what I said? Alex, get your wife. Alex, get your wife. Alex, get your wife. Get your wife. Alex, get your wife. Do these kids not know the police is out here? We going. Now we all going to jail. And I know what's at home got enough to bail us all out. But I didn't want that on my conscience. That we all went to jail. Yeah. So then what I should have did was call what was at home to come pick me up. That would have ate him up. But I needed him to pay. He paid for the cosmetic surgery and all of that stuff. Yeah, I needed him to pay that. So I made the one that I paid for the cosmetic surgery.
As he should.
And he thought I was going to be swinging all wild. No, I kept it right called. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. I said, bro. So when we got back together, yeah, because we was toxic, we did get back together. But we had to hide it from Maine and Jazz. We got back together for like like 4 more years after that, but for 2 of them years, I hid it from my kids.
Whew,
Yeah. 2 more years, I hid it from my kids. I ain't want them to know that I was a sucker. That nigga he had me in a chokehold.
well, most of the time, the toxic ones do.
He had me in a chokehold, baby. I had to move to another state to get out that chokehold.
I understand.
I had to
That ain't
relocate.
that state. Wait, let me make sure my understand is I did not move out of state because I had to get away from a toxic dude. But I have before. But that ain't why
I
I
moved
moved
out.
this.
I didn't move out of state to get away from him. I moved out of state to get away from what he had, cause he had that shit over there that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
I
And if
moved
you
to get
got
away, not from
time with
him, from the shit that he had over there that I liked. That's why I moved.
you with that shit that you like sometimes.
Boy, boy, I was an addict. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all call it what y'all want. I was addicted. I was addicted. I was addicted. I was addicted.
Listen, listen, you hear me? I understand. I in it over and under and all the way around. Stand on that.
Mm,
I know what that addiction be like.
man, that and to the point now, I be going back through my phone because I told you I keep iClouds from 2004. I go back through my phone and I just be like, Lord Jesus,
Skimming and
I'm so glad you delivered me
going.
from that. I'm so glad God delivered me from that. And you know you delivered when I go back to Atlanta. I don't even call his phone. But baby, the first couple of times I went back to Atlanta, it sure was on my mind. I was like, Scotty, 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 Scotty.
One more time. I'm pretty sure I won't come back again. Just one more time.
Baby. Then I was like, nah, man, you gotta make chin up, chest out. Chin up,
Okay.
chest out.
That's
No,
another
no, no, dog. Mm-mm. Cause after I got that hit, I was like, why I keep smoking this shit and I know how bad it do me. You can, why I keep, why, why I keep fucking with this shit and I know how bad it do me.
being there mad, taking your stuff off, talk about this the last time this gonna happen.
Hey, looking back like, boy, what the fuck wrong with you, girl? You slow.
Driving home singing slow songs but feeling so bad on the inside.
Girl, I was so bad I had to stop listening to SZA and Summer Walker.